Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Suge's Sunday Supper. Supper with Suge. Today we're going to make, on this beautiful Sunday morning, I'm doing oxtails. I do oxtails three different ways, but today I'm going to do my southern oxtails. So right now I have my potatoes boiling and my eggs boiling for my potato salad. I'll be making oxtails, baked macaroni and cheese, sweet potatoes, potato salad, and peas today. So come along and join me. For the potato salad, I use an egg for each potato, and I have a big family, and everybody come over to eat by my house on a Sunday. So I make a big bowl of potato salad. I use an egg for each potato, and today I'm doing 4 potatoes. Over here, I have this is the seasoning for my potato salad. What I put in my potato salad, I like a fresh potato salad. So I chopped up about a quarter of a red onion. This is about maybe 3 tablespoons of celery. I have about a half of a bell pepper chopped here. A little green onion. That's about maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of green onion and some chopped parsley. About a half a cup of chopped parsley. Okay, my sweeties, I'm back. I'm going to go over with you guys really quick on what kind of oxtails I use. If you're used to cooking oxtails, you know they're pretty high. And don't kill me for this, but I don't particularly care for going to a meat market and get my oxtails and they chop them up in them little bitty pieces. I like a bone I can suck on. Each oxtail has a big old gristle bone. I like that. Some people like they cut these in slices. I don't like them little bitty pieces of oxtails. I want to see some meat and some bone. And if you can see the price on these, they're pretty pricey. So what I'm about to do is go over what I season my oxtails with, and I'll get back with you guys once they're all seasoned up so you can see what they look like. I use a little seasonal. I live by that. A little onion powder, salt, black pepper, cayenne, a little cayenne. I normally use garlic powder because garlic salt is so salty, but I'm out of garlic powder, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this because this stuff is salty, but I got to have a little garlic on there. Okay, I'm back. I just wanted to show you guys something. Wanted to show y'all something real quick with these oxtails. I cleaned my sink out really good and I washed them real good. You gotta wash your oxtails good. I wash mine in a little vinegar and water, nothing special, but I just wash them really good. I just want to show y'all that when they come big like this, they're fatty. I trim a little bit of that fat off because you don't want that fat floating at the top of your gravy. So I trim a little bit of they're real. All right, y'all. I got my oxtails all seasoned up. As you can see, I seasoned them real well. And I trimmed a lot of the fat off, but some of that fat you want to leave on because what you're going to do is flour these and fry them. And that's what's going to make your gravy. And some of that fat is good. You don't want to take off all that fat because some of that fat keep the meat moist. So I leave it because it's going to fry down when I fry it down. So I got a lot of the fat off, but I do leave some on. I season, like I told y'all, I make oxtails 3 different ways. Today I'm doing it my soul food style oxtails. I do it the traditional Jamaican way with the peas and rice and the fried slaw and the plantains, and then I do one with the red gravy base. But today I'm doing the soul food style oxtails. And y'all, normally I would season them and let them sit out overnight. But I'm all over the place. This is my first YouTube video, so bear with me, y'all. I'm nervous and all over the place. And I opened my big mouth yesterday and told everybody I was gonna cook oxtails, but I wasn't prepared because I hadn't took my meat out and thawed it out. Because I normally season my meat up and let it sit overnight so that season seep in that meat. So what I'm gonna do now is just let this sit in the refrigerator for about two. Ooh, it's 11:23 now. I'm gonna let it sit and I'm gonna get my oxtails on about 1. I'm running behind y'all for a Sunday dinner, but so I'm gonna let these sit in. It's 11:23 now. I'm gonna let these sit in the refrigerator for about an hour and a half, just so that season could soak in that meat a little bit, and I'm gonna come back and show y'all what I do after I've let that seasoning sit on the meat. But right now, I guess I'm gonna check my potatoes to see if, and you don't want to use a knife. You always want to check them to see if they fork. Ooh, they all fork tender. So at least I could start making my potato salad for y'all and let y'all see what I do with my potatoes. Fork. Ooh, they all fork tender. So at least I could start making my potato salad for y'all and let y'all see what I do with my potato salad. I'm gonna get these drained and All right, y'all, back to the potato salad. I don't know if y'all could see the steam still coming off my potatoes or not, but you want to try to do this while the potatoes are still hot, so the seasoning you use can soak into the potatoes, because once that starch sets in, it's hard for the flavors to set in the potatoes. So you want to try to do this while it's still hot. You can see the little steam if you look hard enough. But all I did was a freestyle chop to the potatoes. Ain't nothing fancy. I don't need them to be all cute and cubed. I peel the potatoes while they hot and just throw them on the chopping board and freestyle chop them. And the eggs, I leave one egg whole so I can use for decoration on top the potatoes. And all I'm gonna do, and I know this camera busy, y'all. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I don't really, this is getting kind of hard trying to use one hand. Now I like a lot of fresh herbs in my potato salad, because I like you know that mayonnaise pickly mustardy. I'm sorry, that mustardy pickly mayonnaise. Not for everything. That's good for picnics, for my taste anyway. It don't go with everything. It's good for picnics and barbecue and stuff like that. But for food, sometimes I just want a regular, nice potato salad with fresh seasoning in it. I'm gonna put a little salt in it. Oh, my egg! I'm losing my egg, y'all. A little cayenne pepper for sure. A little onion powder. I put maybe just a teaspoon of garlic in it. I like a little garlic in my potato salad. You'd be surprised how good it tastes. A little pepper. And I put a cap full. I use this cap on top of this vinegar. And I use a cap full of vinegar. You'd be surprised to taste that vinegar give you potato salad. So I'm going to season my potato salad up real quick, and I'll be back. Boop. I'm back, y'all. All right, so I got it all seasoned up, what I showed you I used. And I'm a blue plate kind of girl. Don't get me no Hellmann's. If you're looking for healthy, real healthy cooking, this ain't the channel. I cook like my grandma taught me, and I use blue plate, and I'm going to use some real cheeses, some real butter in my macaroni. I'm going to use some sugar and some marshmallows on my sweet potatoes. So I'm just not going to be, it's not a healthy meal. This is about maybe a cup of mayonnaise. I'm gonna mix this up, see if that works, and just add it until to your taste. Some people like a wet potato salad. Some of them don't like so wet. I go by look, so I'm gonna stir this up, see what it looks like, and show y'all the finished product. Then at least my potato salad be out the way. Bye. All right, y'all, potato salad all done. I just wanted to show y'all. Your potato salad shouldn't just be all whole, big old chunks of potato. It should be a mixture of both. See here, you still have some hard potatoes. You see chunks of egg, and it's still in the potato salad consistency. That's what you want to look like, and it tastes real good, y'all. I'll be back. We're going to start on my oxtails next. All right, y'all, I'm back, and I'm gonna get started on my sweet potatoes. Um, I used about 6 large sweet potatoes, about this size. I'm sorry, I had already started slicing them when I remembered I wanted to show y'all what size potatoes I use. But like I said, you get the potatoes to your family needs. I'm feeding a lot of people, so I use a lot of potatoes. You might not need as many. And what I do is I cube them up to about this size, no smaller, about this size, because if you cook them any smaller, they're going to cook up to mush. If you cut them any smaller, they're going to cook up to mush. So you want your potatoes that size, and what I do is I pour a little sugar in my potatoes. That's about 2 cups. Let me find my spoon. Yes, you may, baby. Okay, so I put some sugar in the water. I put a little bit of cinnamon in my water. Because what's going to happen is they ain't got no choice but to get sweet. And the cinnamon going to cook inside the potatoes. And I also put a little bit of lemon juice in it. A little lemon juice, like a squirt or 2. Or if you got a whole lemon, just squeeze half a lemon in it. And I put some, I forgot, y'all. I didn't get my vanilla out, but I put a little dash of vanilla in my water. Just a little dash goes a long way. And I let this boil up until the potatoes are fork tender. Cause I'm still gonna put them in the oven because I told you my people like it a little sweet. Now this water gonna already have it sweet, but I still put it in the oven with some marshmallows on top. So once this cooks down, I'm gonna let this boil until the potatoes are fork tender, and in the meantime, I'll get started on my macaroni. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. My sweet potatoes are boiling. I wanted to show y'all a little trick. I overfilled my pot and got lazy and didn't want to change pots. But let me show you a little trick. It'll never overboil if you put a wooden spoon across the pot. It'll never spill over onto the stove. And this has been cooking a while. I'm going to check it in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm going to get started on my baked macaroni. I use long macaroni, number 7. I'm trying to see what the number 7 is. So yeah, number 7. I use elbow macaroni too sometimes, but this is what I had on hand. I use 2 packs of long macaroni. I cubed about, so y'all see I'm hit my fingernails. I cubed about 3 cups of velveta cheese. I'm going to put in some medium cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and some mild cheddar cheese. I'll get back to that in a minute. I got the water boiling for my macaroni here on the stove. I salted it in water. So I'm going to get my macaroni boiled, and when I'm done with that, when it's all boiled up, I'll come back and show you guys how I mix up my, and what I put into my baked macaroni. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, y'all, I'm back. Now, the macaronis are done. As you can see, they're still piping hot. I like to work with it while it's still hot. So to the pan, I'm going to add a stick of butter. I like butter. I'm not adding no margarine. So this is, I told you, this is not for the lighthearted. It's not the healthiest cooking over here. But I add a stick of butter. Remember, this is 2 packs of, and I'm working with one hand, y'all, sorry. This 2 packs of number 7 macaroni, so I'm adding a stick and a half of butter. Alright, and then I don't like to use a spoon because sometimes a spoon just get in my way, so I use my hands and get all of that covered in that butter. Let it cool off a little bit. Now, to this, in here I have 1 egg that I beat with some pepper, and to that I added about, this is like 2 cups of milk. So I beat 1 egg up with the pepper. I beat it up, the pepper in the egg, because if you try to beat that pepper up in that milk, it's not going to incorporate. So beat it up in the egg and then put your milk in it. I'm going to pour this on once I get all this butter in there good. And stir it up. Now, to that I'm going to add my diced Velveeta cheese. Alright, so I'm going to get this a little bit stirred up, and I'm going to come back when I'm ready to add my milk and stuff. Okay, so I've added about a cup of each mild cheddar. That's what you see on top of it now. Mozzarella and the medium cheddar. Now what I'm going to do is pour in my milk and egg mixture. I know that's not going to be enough milk. You just add your milk until it's creamy like you like it. And I just getting in with my hand. So see this cheese. I know that look like a lot of milk now, but this cheese is going to thicken up. I ain't stirred all this cheese in there yet. I don't have that no more. And you ain't supposed to be talking while I'm doing this. Alright, so now at this point, I'm going to add some more cheese. I'm going to add about another cup of cheese of each. Now that sounds like a lot of cheese, but this is going to be nice and creamy. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it all the cheeses mixed in now. I know it don't look like much, but watch, when I tell y'all, when I bake this, they're going to be delicious. So at this point, what I do, because I don't salt it before I put the cheese in, because a lot of cheese hold its own salt. So what I do now is I taste it. I don't want that much yet. I taste it to see if I need to add some salt to it before I run it through the oven. Okay, I'm going to just add a little bit of salt to it. Mix that salt up in there. I'm going to put it in the oven at about 375. Stir it up again, get this cheese melted on it. Then I'm going to come back and top it with my cheese. And I'll be back. We'll get started on the oxtails after this. See you later. Okay, so I have my baked macaroni going in the oven. Before I put it in the oven, I patted it with some butter. What I'm going to do is let that melt that cheese a little bit, go in there and stir it. Then I'm going to come back and cover it with some cheese. But on to the oxtails. What I've done is just in a bag, fill your bag with some flour. You don't have to season the flour because all you're doing is wasting your seasoning if you do that. If you seasoned your oxtails good, you don't need to season your flour. So all I did was throw some flour in a bag. And put a few oxtails in at a time and shook them up. This is what's gonna make your roux. Once you fry these down, I got about a tablespoon, about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil in the skillet right here. And what I'm gonna do is brown these on all sides. Once you get them brown, once the skillet gets a little bit hotter, I'm gonna come back. Alright guys, right now I just want to show y'all what I mean when I say browning it on all sides. You just frying in batches, but make sure all sides are brown. So if you gotta situate that meat a certain kind of way so that all of it is getting brown, let's do it. So this not for the light at home. Now this is some tedious stuff. You got to like to cook to do this, because there's some steps to this. But I tell you, when this meat is finally cooked and it fall off the bones tender, but it's a process. So I get started early in the morning. And what I do is once it's brown on all sides, I take it and sit it off to the side until I'm ready, because you're cooking them in batches. So once I get them all fried and browned on all sides, I'll be back. Alright y'all, so I'm back in the oven. I'm stirring my macaroni up, my cheese is making sure, see how nice and creamy it is? That's what you want it to look like. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is top it with the cheeses. My oxtails are frying, and I'll be back. Alright, as you can see, I got my oxtails all fried and brown. I'm going to take this last one out. And you see all of that in there? You don't want to get rid of that. And I know that looks like a lot of Earl, but all these onions and carrots and stuff gonna soak all of that up. So don't you worry about that. Let me turn my fire down just a little bit. You want to cook this down until it's translucent. That's my onion, my celery, and my carrots. I know people looking at me funny about these carrots. I'm telling you, these carrots give the gravy such a good texture, and it adds flavor to the gravy. You'll see. Let me get a spoon. You just fry this stuff down until it's a little translucent. Fully finicky. Now I season my stuff in steps, so my meat was seasoned before I fried it. I seasoned my all my seasoning again. It's a layer of flavors. That's how I look at it. Cause you know you're gonna add broth to this and stuff and all that. It takes up your seasoning. So I add some black pepper to my onions and my celery and carrot. A little onion powder. Let me get some seasoning on. A little seasoning on. Also to this, I'm gonna add my bell pepper. I mean, not my bell pepper, because this is gonna take bell pepper. I'm gonna add my bay leaf. I'm gonna get somebody to start holding this for me, y'all. I promise. Just bear with me. This is my first time. I apologize. But normally, let me just find a big one. I'm looking for a big bay leaf. But it, oh, there's the one here. Well, anyway, they're kind of small, so I'm gonna add another. I'm gonna put 2 bay leaves in here. I go ahead and I add my bay leaf now and my thyme. That's my favorite herb of all, thyme. I love me some thyme, and this gives it so much flavor. I add this to all 3 of the styles of oxtails I cook. I put it in my Jamaican style oxtail, and I put it in my my red based oxtail. So okay, so I'm gonna be cooking this down. Once I get this cooked down a bit, I'm gonna come back and show y'all the next step. Alright, so at this point I added like about 2 tablespoons of garlic. I don't add it in too soon because the worst thing in the world is some burnt garlic. So I added it in about now. So my vegetables are translucent enough to my liking. So what I'm gonna do now is start putting the oxtails back in. So all you want to do is nestle them into nestle the oxtails. Nestle them oxtails back into the seasoning. Whoopers. Try to remember to keep the phone to the back. Try to get the big ones in there. I overdo my pie share because I make it work. As long as I can get the big gigantic ones in here. And I like the big ones because you know I got real meat eaters in my family. They want meat. I don't want them little pretty pieces of bone. All I do is toss some of them onions on top of the meat. Boy, didn't I tell you I'm taping? What time is it? Okay. Alright, so once you get all of these in, I'm going to come back and let you see the next. Alright, I have all the oxtails in. So now all you want to do is regular beef broth. Just pour your beef broth on top of it until it covers it. Now this is where the magic gonna start happening, because that broth gonna start breaking that flour down, making that roux. And carrots and onions and stuff gonna start cooking down. Hold on 1 second, grab this box. So you're gonna have to start holding this thing while I do it. Alright, so you keep on pouring on top until it covers it. Alright, I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna turn my fire up just a little bit more on medium. Now this is gonna cook for about 2 hours. Oxtails take a while to cook. Like I said, this is not for the lighthearted. I cook low and slow anyway. I think it come out better when you try to cook all fast and stuff go to burning and everything. So I cook slow. You want this to cook for about 2 hours till that meat get tender. Ain't nothing worse than biting on the oxtail. You think you about to pull some meat off of it and it's just tough. So I'll be back once it starts simmering and that gravy starts to get thickened. I'm going to show you what it look like. I'll be right back. Alright, y'all. I just want to show y'all what it look like when it's silly ass. What it look like when it's finished. See that? See how it's still creamy? This will probably be the only time I fool with it till after I feed everybody. So I'm about to pull it out the oven. Nice and creamy. Macaroni. You know I messed up my macaroni. Alright, so macaroni done, sweet potatoes done, potato salad done, just waiting on these oxtails. Hey, I'm back, y'all. I just wanted to show y'all, now my oxtails got a long way to go, but I want to show you, all I did was, this is the gravy it makes, just from flouring those oxtails down, seasoning them good, and adding that. Now, I still got to cook down a lot, but I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all this makes such a good gravy, I don't know if this camera doing it much justice, but wait till I finish. I don't know if it's going to be called a mukbang or not, but when I'm finished dinner and everybody that came to eat, I'm going to show you that y'all see everybody just tearing it down. Alrighty, so I'm going to let this cook a little longer, leave it alone, and let it get tender, and I'll be back. Alright, everybody, here's my finished meal. Here's the baked macaroni. My son couldn't wait. He done already dug in it, but they're delicious. This is the finished product of the oxtails, y'all. Look at that gravy. Yeah, yummy to my tummy. The meat is, hold on, let me see if I can get a fork. The meat is off the bone tender. That's what you want. If that meat ain't pulling off of that oxtail smooth like that, your oxtails ain't cooked. That meat got to be falling off that bone. And like I said, it don't make much. That's why I only make, they're so expensive. I ain't going to have no leftovers, because about 6 people that already called me, said they come and eat. So that's that. That's my oxtails. Baked macaroni. I got peas, rice and gravy. For the rice and gravy, that's my yams. Like I said, my son dug in my stuff already. And my potato salad, y'all got a shot of that earlier. I hope this video wasn't that long for you. Like I said, I'm new, just trying this out. People ask me all the time, I should make a video, YouTube video because of my food. So I tried it. So sorry, I'm gonna do better next time and maybe show y'all my face. I was a little chapter today. But if this video was too long for y'all, just check out the recipe that follows, and you won't even have to go through the video just to see the steps. All right, enjoy y'all Sunday. Thank you for spending Sunday with Shug.